So ladies and gentlemen, welcome to our video of Sun Ketu conjunction in the third house of your horoscope, as in what happens when Sun Ketu are in the third house of your birth chart. And if you do not know if you have this particular conjunction, what sign it's in, what nakshatra it's in, all the other astrological details, check out the links here. Check out my full astrological report, including my books, consultations, and link to my academy, Vedic Astrology Academy, where you will find my book. They are nakshatras at the speed of light very, very soon. It's just a matter of hours now. Hours, maybe days. So, Sun Ketu in the third house. So third house is what? Third house represents your siblings, your near and dear, like cousins, friends, neighbors, short distance travel, city to city travel. It's your valor, it's your efforts, it's your physical stamina, okay? I mean, it's many, many things. I mean, I can give you a truckload of things about the third house. But when Sun and Ketu are there, you will definitely see that it brings a big karma related to younger sibling and a fight with the father with the younger sibling. Meaning you kind of get stuck. And you may be forced to choose a side between the battle of father and younger sibling if you have a younger sibling. Usually with certain signs, especially barren signs, one may not have younger siblings. And one thing you will also notice this is that when you get some promotion, when you get some kind of a fame, when you get notarized, right? Because that's what sun is. Sun is notoriety. Why? Because you notice the sun in the morning. Whenever those things will happen, you will see some conflict will occur with a neighbor. Definitely at least once. So when you get, let's say, promotion, just be aware of what's happening at the property to the right side of you. See if there's any issue. Do you have some junk laying around that can be going into the other person's property? Is the water leaking in India? Remember, there's a lot of, especially, I don't know if they still do, in our colony when I was living in India. I mean, people fought over water coming into their property. And then I still remember this one lady, threw an entire bucket of water on the other person's downhill floor. I mean, it was entertaining fights. It was just amazing, entertaining fights. But those things will happen. And specifically, you will also see with Sun and Ketu, one will get some kind of a burn on the hand. And it's not about massive burn or some kind of major thing. It can be just a small thing, small burn. But you will see, once that burn in the hands happen, within, I would say, probably a span of 9 to 12 days, between 9 to 12 days, the person will become physically active. Or they will have the idea that, okay, I want to play some sport. I want to play some kind of a competitive sport. I want to, let's say, go to the gym. Also, boy, your communication becomes harsh. So yeah, the conflict with the neighbor could start with you. Because of your harsh, straight as an arrow-like communication, you can create certain enemies, whether it's with cousins and siblings, or whether it's with neighbors, even co-workers. Because you have a fiery planet sun, and then you have this razor-sharp weapon of Ketu in the third house of communication. So if, let's say, sometimes you have to bite your tongue and not say certain things, or say certain things to a neighbor in a nicer way so they don't get offended but they get the message. Let's say they may have something they did and it kind of broke the fan, so you want to tell them, but you will be like, hey, fix this thing right away or I'm going to take you to court. That can aggravate the situation more. So if the other person has their own chart and now you're activating something in their chart by you being aggressive, boy, it can reciprocate 10 times over. So watch for that. And especially with Saturn Ketu in the third house, one will curse a lot, especially with coworkers, amongst coworkers, cousins, and friends. And I'm not talking about like maybe you cursing at them, it's just that you're using curse words in the conversations a lot. And the other thing we also see is that, especially after the birth of the third child, father travels quite a bit, or father has to go and stay at a certain place for quite a long time. The other thing we also see with this particular placement, it definitely can hinder studies whenever either father falls sick or whenever you have a fight with a father. It will somehow affect your education. Now, in a common sense, you can always say, of course, it's going to affect some our education, but not necessarily. You know, before you say something, you really look at it. Like, there are people who grow up in really, really harsh conditions and they're still able to study. They're still able to get like high marks. But why is it that yours was hindered? Well, that's where you have to look at some of these, knickknacks of astrology. But one of the things you will see is that with the birth of the younger sibling, your ego will be killed quite a lot, which is actually a good thing. You will face certain situations where you will be humbled, where you will not try to show off or show your ego that, oh, look at me, I did this, look at me, I did that, oh, look at me, I know this. Because somebody can do something where whatever you said I know, boom, gets shut down. You can get fact checked really fast on that. So anyway, guys, this is my analysis of Sun Ketu in the third house of your birth chart. If you're new to my channel, subscribe below. If you want to know where your Sun Ketu are placed, all your astrological details, check out the links here. Otherwise, I'll see you later, because my daughters are causing a havoc downstairs. Bye-bye.